Children, youth, and adults have opportunities for learning on Sundays and Wednesdays. Now that Henderson Hall is complete and our kitchen is back in action for catered meals, Come on Wednesday is a time for the St. Luke's community to gather for food and fellowship, while the sounds of the choir, orff, handbell, and drama rehearsals, plus confirmation and adult classes, fill the building from 4:15 until 9 each Wednesday. In addition to these times, when our congregation is filled with hundreds of people, St. Luke's members are engaged in dozens of ministries that happen in smaller groups and sometimes in less publicly visible ways. From career transition network support groups to people making prayer shawls together at church or by themselves at home, from home visitors calling on members who are unable to attend worship regularly, to teams creating bulletin boards or planning a congregational picnic, people of St. Luke's are engaged in doing God's work with our hands. St. Luke's is an active and dynamic congregation. We are always on the move. Each Sunday, we gather for worship as a community.
I come to St. Luke's because our worship service opens my heart to God's presence and action in my life. At St. Luke's, I find deep spiritual nourishment as I continue to try to live out God's call to me and to each of us, that we be a means through which God's love and compassion is made real in the world.
Worship connects me to my faith family and reminds me to share my joy where it will be doubled and my sorrows where they will be halved.
I'm Pastor Christy Weber. Thank you for your generosity in supporting the mission and ministry of St. Luke's. In the past almost 6 years that I've been here, I have been so impressed by the ways people give of their time and their financial resources to support God's work with our hands. In the past several years, we've put a lot of time and attention into the new building addition. Now it's time to turn our attention back toward the ministries that make a difference in people's lives. Have you ever been here on a Sunday in November when 100 frozen turkeys come to church so that they can be given out as Thanksgiving dinner to families through Elijah's Food Pantry? Did you come to one of the Bottle Band concerts recently? During the time before people were allowed upstairs for the concert, I talked to a woman who drove here on the bus from Minneapolis, came to worship on Sunday morning, just so that she could be here in the afternoon to hear a Bottle Band concert. She heard about us on YouTube. Have you ever come to church feeling broken, and the words of the Bible, a phrase from a hymn, the light streaming through a window, or just the presence of the other people around you let you know that God is with you as your refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble? In Philippians chapter 2, Paul writes, "Let each of you look not to your own interests, but to the interests of others. For God is at work in you, enabling you both to will and to work for God's good pleasure." God is at work in our lives every day. Through the mission and ministries of St. Luke's, we help broken people know that God is making them whole in Jesus Christ. In the coming year, St. Luke's will continue many of our ministries and will begin new ministries to respond to needs in our congregation and community. We will offer a parent Sunday school each quarter and will provide resources to help equip parents for discussing Sunday school and Bible lessons at home so that faith formation can be enhanced in the home. We're planning new fellowship opportunities for members and newcomers of all ages. We will open our doors to the Chicago Philharmonic, Park Ridge Chorale, the Association of Lutheran Church Musicians, 5 different 12-step groups, and many other groups for events that extend our hospitality to the community and region. We also hope to employ a new part-time interim member care coordinator to be part of our member care visitation team, to coordinate ministries, especially with senior adults and people experiencing the death of a loved one, and to recruit and equip volunteers to work with St. Luke's many member care ministries. It takes each of us to bring our mission and ministry to life. We're living in uncertain times. There's uncertainty all around us. There's uncertainty in our personal lives. We want to make cautious decisions about how we use our money. But there is a difference between being cautious and being stuck. When uncertainty keeps us from moving forward or backward, we're frozen. That's not trusting that God continues to walk with us through everything that lies ahead. God is faithful to us and will continue to be faithful to us. The church is where people turn in uncertain times. You are the one who needs to look at your own situation and decide how you can give your time and your finances to help support mission and ministry that makes a difference in people's lives. We're a congregation that gives generously. God has blessed us with many resources, some at some times, some at other times. You know your own situation. I ask you, please, consider where you are at this time and how you can support mission and ministry here. We're the ones who God has called to do God's work with our hands.